RV fans. This is a video I've been meaning to make for 2 years. I thought I better get to it before I forget all about it. Well, it's about LEDs I put in the coach. You see, when me and Mrs. RV bought this coach, the first thing we noticed was the interior lights put off a lot of glare. Let me show you. Well, they're okay now, but they used to put off a lot of glare. You see, a lot of lights, see, these come with a switch, and a lot of coach RV lights, they have a 2-position switch. Now these can have a socket for two bulbs, and some fixtures have a 3-position switch, off, 1 bulb, or both bulbs, but not this one. This one, they're either both on or they're both off. But so first thing we noticed was that they were just too much glare. So at any rate, the first thing I did was I went to all of them and I popped out one of the bulbs. And it was still too bright. Well, not too bright, it's still too much glare. So Mrs. RV wasn't happy with it. So I figure if you got to replace bulbs, you might as well put in the new LEDs, because as you probably already know, an LED lamp, no matter what size it is, usually draws about 1/10 of the power that an incandescent bulb draws. So it's quite a power saver. It's just great for boondocking, saving your battery. So I went online and I heard some good things about a company called M4, Michael 4. And so I went to their website and looked to see what they had. And this particular lamp So what I did was, I bought 1 package of each of the light intensities. Each package has 2 bulbs in it. 1 cool white, 1 warm white, and 1 natural white. And let me show you what I did with them. Okay, so this is the LED replacement for this bulb. So, you know, this bulb gets bright as hell, so it's got all these little bitty LEDs, and they had to put quite a few of them to equal the output of this thing. So that's what they did. So this is the 921 replacement. It's got the bayonet end on it. So what I did was I just come up here, just put in one, and I got rid of the other one. And there you go. So what I did when I got my LEDs, I put both cool whites and both natural whites and both warm whites, and I called Mrs. RV out to take a look at them and see what she liked, and she thought they were still too bright. So I took 1 LED lamp out of each fixture, and then I can't remember which one she liked, but she liked one of them. And this one's, I think this one is the natural white or cool one, but I thought for the kitchen food preparation area, that would be good, and she hadn't bitched about it yet. So anyway, so that's what I did, see. So I put all those in there and replaced every one of them, and I mean every one of them. Even this guy's got one. The refrigerator's turned off, but I even put one in there. I put one everywhere. And there's a couple of them here in the bathroom, in the bedroom. There's one there, and there's one up there. There's one here in the bathroom. Boy, you name it. And so wherever there was one, I put one of these things in. Now up here, this is the electric bunk. See if I can see if this thing works. Oh, gotta do it. Not so much for that. See, this came with an LED. There's two of them actually. This one's controlled by the light, the driver's light switch. But so anyway, that's what I did. I replaced all these, and it's worked out real well. And you've got one right there. The next problem we had was these cabinets are dark. There's no lights inside, so you can't hardly see out of what's in there. So what I did, I went to a harbor, and I got a box full of these things. I got 10 of these for like $8 or $9. So that's less than $1 a piece, and they came with batteries. So what I would do, I just put one in every one of these cabinets. Well, that works okay there. Till you get over here, this cabinet, well, that works okay there till you get to here. See, these cabinets, the doors won't stay open. See, they have no, I don't know if this bunk was down, maybe they would hold themselves open. But here's what I was telling you. See, you got the bunk right there, and you can't see. But anyway, you need to hold the door open with one, and you got to want to grab something, and then, so you need a third hand. So it didn't work out. So anyway, I needed some lights. Some of the more premium coaches, they come with lights like that, but I couldn't afford a premium coach, so I had to buy this one here, and I knew I could upgrade these. Well, one day I was watching our friend Justin Credible, and he was showing what he was doing with LED strip lights. And what he was doing, he ran some down near the floor, and he turns it on real low intensity, so that in the middle of the night when he has to get up to pee, and he wants to come get himself a drink of water, it lights up the walkway so he doesn't trip and fall and split his head open. And I thought those were pretty neat, and they made me think that might be just the light we wanted. So I was thinking about putting them in here, but then the thought I had was, I worry about leaving lights on, so if you turn the light on and then you closed all the cabinets, you wouldn't know that light's on or not. So I was trying to figure what to do, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll drill a hole right here, and I'll put a little LED, like a pilot light, to let me know. And then I was going to need a switch, so I'd have to drill a hole and put it in. And I was looking at switches and all that, and the pilot light, or the indicator light, and then where am I going to source the power from? And it really got really involved. And then it occurred to me, what am I thinking? I have indicator lights. Where am I going to source the light for this cabinet? Right here. And there's a light right there. So I just tapped into the light right there. Ta-da! Isn't that great? And this we got stuff we can see now. We don't have to worry about that. And the LEDs are up there, and they stuck to a piece of wood. Let's see if I can get that in there for you. There you go. You can take a look at the LEDs. And I ran the wires down here. Ran the wire down this post, and I tapped it into here. And they come on and off with this switch. So if this light's on, I know they're on. If this light's off, I know they're off. So no worries. And you know, of course, I didn't stop there. Oh, hell no. So here's the next thing. Put up here in Mrs. RV's pantry. So we got it all lit up. And it goes all the way along here, although I don't have any in the bottom. I'm going to have to route some wire here. This here is where she keeps her bread. Wait a minute. This one used to be lit. Yeah, looks like there's a repair I got to make. And that was nice. What about down here? Where did I wire these from? Oh, to the ceiling light. See? No drawers, but under here. And this is her pot and pan drawer, but no light there. Maybe one of these days I'll get to that. But I got the major parts. The major compartments. And then we were just talking about this, right? Well, I wired it to this. This light is controlled by a switch right there in the wall. It's hard to see that, isn't it? Right there, right here on the wall. So you turn this light on, and there it is. And it goes all the way across in every one of them. So I got lights in there, so I can actually see. We owned this rig a year before I ever saw in there. It's just so dark, even in sunshiny out. I couldn't see what that was. So once I got doing this, I got onto a roll. So see right here, looks like it's come loose a little bit right there. Now what I found is, see, these have an adhesive on the back. You just pull the piece of tape off and stick it, and they stick for the most part, but every so often they come off. And what I found is a clear RTV silicone. You just put a glob down, stick the light strip into the glob, and then I like to put a glob on top of that, and that encases the strip into a glob. So that's handy there. And then we can see up here. And over here she can see right there. And that's all wired to this light right here. Now the problem was when I come into here, well, hey, where the hell am I going to find power? Because I didn't know if was I going to stretch wire all the way from there to there. And I happened to notice, hey, look right there. This is where the TV goes. So far we haven't found need for TV back here, but that's 12 volts. So that's what I did. It turns out that this whole panel here, see this screws right here. This whole panel comes off, and it did. I popped it off, and I lost that one. Stopped by the dealer. Oh, he didn't have one, of course. He'd have to order a whole bag of them of 100 or something stupid. So anyway, I took that off, put it on here, and look here. This is exactly the same switch that I showed you up front. And when you walk in the door for the porch light and the interior light, this is exactly the same switch that Winnebago used. And I found them on eBay, Amazon. I got about 3 or 4 of them. So I just ran my wire down, ran it to here. I thought it came out here. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll show you the end result. Pretty nice. Now you can see. So that's what I did here. Oh, I guess I didn't really. That's really not the end of the story. I guess I got to show you what I did outside. You'll like what I did outside. The last slide I want to show you. When me and Mrs. RV, we first got this rig, we were taking off on Friday nights. And we were driving down some dark, lonely country roads, heading into campgrounds. And man, this thing is dark. This take a look. There's a passenger side, and the only thing we got to go by is dash lights, and there's just nothing there. And you just cannot see. So, watching Just Incredible run that strip LED light along the base of his cabinet so he could see in the middle of the night, it made me think of this. Put one here underneath the dash. So is that sweet or what? Lights up this area. See, I can light it up way up. Now you put it full bright and it's too bright for the driver. See, now you can see over here, if you drop something, and I'm always dropping something. Okay, so anyway, so this here is the knob. Just got that on the internet. I think it was 10 bucks. It's a 12 volt dimmer. That's all it is. That's about as dim as it'll go right there. You brighten it up. Like if I need more light, I can ask Mrs. RV. She does most of the driving. And she'll crank it up for me. And it made all the difference in the world. Okay, so the next problem we had was when we were in camp after dark. If there's no lights in the cabinets inside the coach, you know damn well there wasn't going to be any lights in these cabinets down here. And man, you couldn't see a thing. Man, it was pain trying to get your stuff out, and you can't see, and I had to get my own lights, the little flashlights, and my generator, and the wet bay. Now the wet bay did come with a light. It has one right there. And then this bay here, and this bay here. Man, when you're in camp and it's pitch dark, man, you can't see nothing. It is dark. And this really doesn't do a whole lot of good, because a lot of times your utility pole, I guess I ought to put that cap on there. Your utility pole isn't right here. You know, it's this side of it or that side. So when you're off of the pole will be outside of the range of the light. That's basically what I'm saying. So I had to get to it. I had to get this thing lit. I have these doors marked because I have a list, a checklist before we go on camping trip. And on this sheet it says compartment A, B, C. So where would we? Again, where are we going to source this thing to where, you know, I can see that it's turned on? Well, it's right there, porch light. And that's right there, and you hit that. And there's the LEDs I put on last year for the awning, where it is. Anyway, and here they are. So we're all lit up. So take a look there. Isn't that nice? Oh man, the thing's lit up. Now I can actually see in the dark. Man, this made all the difference in the world. So I can see all the way to the other side there. See? Now problem is, this didn't continue. It's not open to the front. It's all closed off. I can't even remember where I sourced the power from. But anyway, this one I had to put a switch in. And that's what this marker is, to switch. And there, see, you can see, there's my tank. I got to get something and put a piece of wood put over that. That's the styrofoam that the tank sits on. And you're going to chunk that out, and that thing's going to fall apart. Look, there's some more back here. Looks like there's some more up here, so I got to get something to protect that. And down here, it's not so much either. See, I don't have any light down here, but one of these days, And this big one, this is my big trunk. This is the main reason I bought this rig, was this space. I wanted a space this big. So there it is. I just got a little plastic box and just got a little push button switch. And there you are. See, and I came all the way around there. Came along there. And I came down, and then I put it underneath here so I could see underneath this lip. I'm not sure why, the way they built this. Our bed is somewhere. This is the floor of the rig. See the tile? Just like indoors, that's the floor. So the bed's somewhere, right about here, I think. Now this ceiling, this plywood, one of these days I want to empty this whole back trunk out, lay down a tarp, and I want to get some bright white, like bathroom or kitchen paint, and paint this to help reflect light to lighten up this space up. Although it's pretty lit up pretty nice right now, isn't it? Oh yeah, look at that. See it? Then you come over here. I didn't light up the generator box compartment. Didn't seem to be any need. I didn't light up this. But you know, you sure could use a light on the outside of this. Maybe I'll do what Justin did and did what he did on the, just run a strip on the outside. See, there's my pump, my water pump, and all this stuff. And this is my propane tank. It's not lit. It's not needed. I can't remember what this one is. Electrical, I think. I think it's some breakers or something. I don't know. I love these slam doors. I guess I ought to shut this off. Anyhow, that's how I lit this thing up. Guess I ought to shut this light off before I forget. This one too. Can't work in the dark. A lot of times in camp, I'll just leave these doors open, and that'll help light up the ground. Of course, I haven't had this on the awning all that long. It is on it. So I got some good. I have turned yellow right there. You know what that? I bet that's voltage. For whatever reason, I bet the voltage is dropped right there. Oh well, guys. So that's the LED trick I did to my camper. And there's some more lights on the outside of the rig I put in, but that's another video, and that's a whole different story. That's a driving safety, lane changing safety thing. It'll be involved with the Jeep, and maybe my work truck too. But that's for another time. All right, campers. We'll see you in the campgrounds.